forefront of my armory is a positive mindset. This belongs to you. It's the most powerful tool out there. I generally believe you can cut my arms and legs off, you can do whatever you want to me, but you cannot take away how I think, you cannot take away my mind. People say, how do you have a positive mindset? You know, how are you not in constant battle with yourself all the time? Because that's what we do. We're in constant, competition with ourselves. If you're strong enough to not let a situation define you, well, good on you. If you're courageous enough not to let a person define you, then that leaves one thing, right? You define yourself. And you hear me talk about you feel invincible. And I used to think it was because I was such a good soldier that I felt invincible. But it wasn't. It was the team that I had behind me. I thought I figured out what teamwork was from a young age of 16 all the way up to the special forces. Yeah, I know what teamwork is. It's just getting the best soldiers in the world, putting them together, getting the job done. It doesn't work like that. Teamwork is about being dedicated and committed to each other. Because you've all got the same goal. It's just you're all there for each other. It's that natural trust, that natural bond that makes you feel invincible. Fear is every day part of life. You're going to feel it to the day you die. You know, a lot of people experience fear once and they freeze and they never want to visit it again. And if you don't experience fear, if you don't challenge fear, then you're not going to learn about yourself. You're not going to learn what you're capable of, where you can push yourself, where your boundaries are. Therefore, it's important that you expose fear when you can, make it work for you. Now, I think that, we're being sort of structured in a way to think and how to act. And ultimately, we're all different. We've all got different fears, different ways that we tackle things. It's ultimately just about being honest with yourself. Not letting people dictate what you do or situations dictate what you do. It's obviously defining yourself, taking charge of yourself, taking charge of your emotions. And fear being the number one emotion that stops us from achieving everything. Whoever says they're fearless is lying. You can't be fearless. It's obviously your body working against itself. Your mind's saying one thing and your body's counter-reacting it. It's almost as if my mind's saying, right, you got to do this. My body's saying no, and I'm like, we're gonna commit to this. How you sort of harness fear is committing to it. That's the hardest bit that people get wrong. They feel fear and they go nowhere near it. They walk away from it. But once you commit to fear, ultimately what you're doing is you're committing to your emotions. You're committing to yourself. When you expose fear, and I've had to do it in the military, I've had to expose it on a daily basis going into a combat zone, and you take a layer off of it. And then when you take a layer off of it, you learn about the emotion, you learn about your emotion, you learn about yourself, and therefore you grow from it. What it is people think I'm an adrenaline junkie and I chase fear and I chase risk. Ultimately, when you're at that risk of life and death, there's black and white. Life is so simple, it's so uncomplicated. It's the purest form of life. When you're in a situation, whether it's life or death, like I was in Afghanistan, like I was on Everest, you feel peaceful because there's no complications around you. So it's not actually an adrenaline-fueled junkie thing that I wanted to do. It's that feeling of euphoria, that feeling of peace, because life is at its purest form. You're either going to live or you're going to die. There's no complications whatsoever. For example, I say to people who are scared of heights, they might be stood near a cliff, okay, and they're feeling scared, and they get carried away with, fixated on achieving the objective. I'm like, get that out of your head. Take those 2 footsteps closer than you've ever been before. You're exposing fear there. You're taking a layer off of it. You're getting closer and closer to the nut. You're understanding more and more about that emotion, i.e. yourself. A lot of people drain themselves psychologically and physically days before because of fear. I'm very much someone that I don't live in the past, and I certainly don't live in the future. I live in the now. I seize every opportunity now. There's so many bankable moments that we just let go by us on a daily basis. I'm very much someone in the now. I live in the now. So why don't we do it to ourselves? When your body's asking you a question, the only person that really holds the answer, you can be guided and directed, is yourself. So be honest with yourself, and it will stop you from having a victim sort of mindset, as in going, well, actually, I'm a lot more capable than I thought I was. We're incredible humans, we're capable of so much more. Be honest with yourself, grasp fear, and make it work for you. The purpose in life is this journey of self-discovery. And that is through trying things, that is through failure, that is through picking yourself back up. But do not be scared of failure. The moment you embrace failure and you realize it's an everyday part of life, then you're not scared of it. The more you try, the more you fail, granted. However, the more you fail, the more you bounce back. And the more you bounce back, the stronger you become.